try.
Saros, Tino, Totes.
Hey. Buy and sell like cattle. Them heading for a battle. What we tell them now? It's getting hotter, expect the slaughter. You couldn't have butter if you don't accept them markers. We'll kill your sons and they will murder your daughters. This is the dawning of them slew world order. It's getting hotter, expect the slaughter. You couldn't have butter if you don't accept them markers. We'll kill your sons and they will murder your daughters. This is the dawning of them slew world order.
Vengeful times, that's a sign that the end is nigh, where natural disasters have reached their prime. Poverty drives and sometimes breeds crime. It's forever on the rise while Tony's telling his lies. War in the rap, there's a war in the streets, and you gotta be strapped and prepared for the beat. I ain't coming to duppy you or me. I'm duppy in the BNP and undercover police. I don't know why this shit comes and I don't invite it, but I'm buying up my guns, so when it's on I'm firing. I'm not a rule in the slum, if you screw you die. Metaphysically the current in me will blow your mind. While the earth was in pain like a woman in labor, the heathens and kuffars wanna judge the creator. Can't judge the father, you're the man who needs the maker. New world order's getting warmer, I don't wanna be a mourner or pauper.
It's getting hotter, expect the slaughter. You couldn't have butter if you don't accept them marker. We'll kill your sons and they will murder your daughters. This is the dawning of them slew world order. It's getting hotter, expect the slaughter. You couldn't have butter if you don't accept them marker. We'll kill your sons and they will murder your daughters. This is the dawning of them slew world order. It's getting hotter, expect the slaughter. You couldn't have butter if you don't accept them marker. We'll kill your sons and they will murder your daughters. This is the dawning of them slew world order. Look how them push them eye candy, tickle the brain. Now you have to have things for big in the game. Money over everything, that are the claim. And the media are promote it, washing your brain. The poverty stricken, the age itching to splatter your brain. This need for money to survive will fuck up your brain. No retreating at the street, say F in your face. Chaos is inevitable, see, end of the day.
Life in inner city, find a highway to the third lane. Open my third eye and it looks all the same. I could've never ever stopped, I'll still be burning like a flame. To the end, they will put a microchip up in your brain and send data and facts much more than your name. Don't take your program like the tracks on the train. Some people do see it, but it inflates their veins till they talk Morsley, a language for the insane. Hold your aim, keep your focus, don't be watching hocus pocus. Eating up all the crops like a greedy horde of locusts. Some of them act like vultures, demons in different coaches. For the second time I'm telling you, all I do is keep focus. I'll always look ahead towards the dreams in my head. When I sleep I'm awake, and when I'm awake I'm with the dead. If you think it is a joke you will be yoked, beaten like an egg towards the new world order. The fire's ahead.
It's getting hotter, expect the slaughter. You couldn't have butter if you don't accept them marker. We'll kill your sons and they will murder your daughters. This is the dawning of them slew world order. It's getting hotter, expect the slaughter. You couldn't have butter if you don't accept them marker. We'll kill your sons and they will murder your daughters. This is the dawning of them slew world order.
The revolution needs moving, I stay rebooting the music, steady recruiting the abusive overusage of guns. Welcoming war when introduced to your sons. The whole illusion is confused, Illuminati is one. It takes a triangle to stand for their enlightenment. The guys are trying to walk a higher path to get to the eye. They think they're super with supercomputers keeping the spot, but they ain't super cause they're useless when it's kryptonite time. I get the mic and I rhyme, meant to cover the government is too much. Why do we even bother when it's all plots and cover-ups? It's the cops and robbers, but it's the coppers that's robbing us. Nothing but sorrow for tomorrow, so borrow another nut. Taking notice, keep your focus in frame. Make emotional, the locusts will rain. We need some potions for the oceans of flame. We need to ride this roller coaster to pain. Change the state of our ways or find a family sane.
It's getting hotter, expect the slaughter. You couldn't have butter if you don't accept them marker. We'll kill your sons and they will murder your daughters. This is the dawning of them slew world order. It's getting hotter, expect the slaughter. You couldn't have butter if you don't accept them marker. We'll kill your sons and they will murder your daughters. This is the dawning of them slew world order.
That's right.
Can't give in to that. We have fun, them in a culture. Jamaica,
It's a roast.
Hey,
Tino.
06 for them.
Yeah.
No, but I know Poe, I really, really appreciate you and I love you and I don't want you to think I was being disrespectful to you. It's just that I want to know. I just want to know why you don't understand us as women raising our children. I mean, I wish you could just walk a day in my shoes, just one day back in the day when I was raising those kids, and I had family members.
He can't understand that because he's of a different mindset and he's with a woman. You know what I'm saying? His whole situation is different. So really it is hard for somebody else to understand something that they are not going through. How can they? You know, he's never going to really understand that because he's not in that situation.
And it's not just him. It's the men that leave the women in the situation who don't get it either. And I wish those men would just walk a day in our shoes and see that just because maybe I chose not to be with you because you weren't the man that I thought you were after we had the child. Maybe you chose to leave me, whatever the situation may be. It doesn't matter. I still have to take care of this child, and you should be as equally as responsible. And I think that if I got to lay down for some money, then damn it, you should too.
Thank you.
I don't give a shit where you get the money from. I don't care if it comes from your girlfriend's mama, your girlfriend's baby daddy. I don't care where the money comes from, as long as my child is being cared for.
Yep, get on your backs, y'all, or get on your knees, preferably.
Okay, we have a caller. I want to see who this caller is, you guys. Hold on. Hey, caller, what's up?
Peace.
Hello. This is Poe. This is Poe.
I know.
Peace.
Hi, sweetheart.
Hi, Poe.
Hi, Poe.
Good.
Well,
Okay.
And also in regards to the I said that your body is a temple. Why shouldn't you respect your body and treat it as a temple? What's wrong with that? Why does that seem so alien?
Okay, but
it doesn't seem alien to me. It doesn't seem alien to me because I believe that. I know that to be true, that the body is your temple, and that's how I treat mine. That's why I've been celibate for a while. But when I had kids growing up, I had to open the door to the temple sometimes.
Well, you gotta understand that it happens. You have to understand. Yes. Okay. Let me just say this. Everybody loves your voice. You're hot. You're super sexy. Everybody's on the blog. Yep. That voice will get you every time. The accent's wonderful. But let me just say this to you, Poe. Sometimes, what would you do? Would you watch your child starve to death? Would you watch your baby go to bed hungry and not eat dinner that night? Would you cry yourself to sleep knowing that your children are hungry? Or would you would actually commit a crime, break the law, or sell the temple? Or sell the temple for just a few bucks so you can get your kids enough groceries to last them until you can make ends meet. Really? You would rather risk going to jail than to do something immoral for your children?
Because I put a higher value on the physical act of lovemaking. For me to lay down with somebody, that's a big thing. That is. That is a really big thing. So for me to have done that in the first place, I would have had to have made certain decisions and weighed up certain options before I put myself in a scenario where I could potentially create another life. And if I then did that, then the responsibility would then lay on me to say, okay, well, my life has now changed totally. I need to step up and be a man and be a father and actually nurture and grow the child and do what's necessary, be a productive member of society, if that's the case.
But I know Go ahead, Brenda.
Okay, well, let me say this. These aren't men that we're just riding down the freeway pole and we see some guy standing over there by some stop sign or some yield sign. It's like, oh, there's a guy, he got a piss. Maybe I can get $200 tonight. It's not like that.
Right.
as long as, you know, or maybe we stayed in the relationship longer than we should have, like in my case. Mm-hmm. But the bottom line is I should have gotten out of the relationship sooner, but I didn't because he was good with his money and I needed his money at the time. These are things we just picking up.
You see, in that respect, Brenda, that's a slightly different scenario. Based upon what Crystal initially said, it was a friend, you know, an acquaintance of sorts who was, you know, flashy with his money, and on occasions that would happen. So my premises are all been about, you know, this so-called friend of yours. If he was a friend, he would have offered to help you in some sort of way, not enabled you to by giving you money every 2 or 3 months, but giving you an opportunity to create extra wealth for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
By giving you an opportunity potentially maybe to get less fees for your son for his sporting equipment. See, that's what men do.
Well, yeah, but I just wanted you to be clear that these weren't men. We were just picking them at the homeless shelter.
Right.
And
I know you ain't gonna get down like that.
Okay, Paul. At least so you know. As long as you know we're not just like do a drive-by on men.
Right.
You know?
But I can understand what he's saying, though, on that, though. I mean, that does make sense. If this person is considering themselves your friend, then why, I mean, if that's what a friend would do anyway, they should help you without wanting something extra. I understand that part.
But you know what? Let me tell you something, though.
Let me
tell you something. You can have guys that are friends that I've learned that you can have these guys that are friends, and they should do that. That would be what a true friend would do. Okay, let me just say you would have these guys as acquaintances, because sometimes men are not going to get up off of their money real easy. They're just not going to come up off their money and say, "Oh, here you go. I know you need this, and I got a little extra." No, most men in the United States, I don't know what it's like over the waters, but most men here, they're like, "Well, you need something, and guess what? I want something in return, so we can help each other out." It's not. That's just how it is. That's just the facts of life. They're wanting something in return. No one's going to be just saying, okay, here go a couple $100 and you just go ahead and pay your rent or buy the kids some groceries or do this and that. There's no men that are going to do that. There's very few men,
Of course, but it's a case of that both, now this is a general statement, this goes across genders, goes for male and female, obviously. We are all mentally sick to a point in regards to how we view each other. When we, you know, going back a few months when we did that Willie Lynch letter, it goes a bit obviously more deeper than that. It goes into the relationships. We don't know how to communicate. We don't know how to be a husband and be a wife. Sometimes we don't even know how to be brother and sister, mother and son. So it's all totally flipped around on its head. And then when we go out into the big bad world trying to find our own way, we've got all this psychological baggage on us. So then some people obviously make the wrong decisions and continue to make the wrong decisions.
Mm-hmm.
So with the proper education, you can then start to pinpoint where the problems are. And then from there, once you understand what the problem is, you then create the solution. You then you recreate yourself to be a better person. And then from there, everyone around you should see a remarkable change, and then you then try and replicate that by speaking again to other people about your experience and what you've done, what you've learned upon your journey.
And we all agree with what you just said.
Yeah.
And that's why we all that have children and have sons, definitely that have sons are teaching them different than that.
Right.
Yeah.
Because what you said is correct. We're in total agreement with that.
Yeah. You can't argue with that.
That's right.
You can't argue with that at all. But, I mean, you know, I wish things were, for me, Poe, the way that you just described them. I wish.
Yes. But you can make it that way.
You're really about to make me cry because I wish. I wish things had been that way for me. I wish things had been much easier for me and much simpler for me than in the way you described, but it just didn't turn out that way for me. And I know if it didn't turn out that way for me, it didn't turn out that way for a lot of other women. I know that. I know and believe that. And you know, what does it take to make a change? You said that you're doing something, you're talking to other people, other young men, and you're trying to make a difference where you're at. Yeah.
Not just here. I speak to young guys over in America. I speak to guys in Germany. I speak to. This is a global thing. I'm not just here in little old England, just trying to talk to my neighbor. I'm talking to everybody. Everybody who has an ear and eyes to see. I'm spreading the word of truth.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate. That's why we love you.
Hopefully some of these American men really take that in and try to make a change when they hear you speak that.
Because there's so many women over here just left in such devastating situations, you know, and they don't know which way to turn. There's women out there selling their bodies on the street, like literally having Johns and pimps over them so that they can just feed their kids. Or, you know, whatever the case may be, and I'm not going to judge those women. I'm just going to say that I pray for them and I wish that they can get out of their situation because I didn't have to go to that point. I didn't have to get on the pole. Although tomorrow, maybe sometime next week, I might have to consider getting on the pole because shit looking tight over here. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, you know, you just never know when you live paycheck to paycheck and the economy is so tough, what might come down to what in order for you to keep living in the meager means that you're living in when you're already living in a meager type of way. You know, what is it going to take to make you keep that? I'm just,
that's
putting
right.
it out there. You know, I love you, Poe. You know we love you very much, and we appreciate you and your insight and your points. And I thank you for calling in, because I know it ain't cheap for you to call in right now. I'm just saying.
Oh, I know.
It's all peace, fam. It's all peace. It's not costing me much, to be fair. It's not costing me much. I have utilized modern technology, so it doesn't cost me much.
There you go, baby. There you go. Can you teach us how to utilize modern technology so it don't cost us much? Okay, I'm going to have to hang up on you because you just sound a little too sexy for me tonight, Poe.
You thought I was thinking the same thing. Now, that's funny because I thought,
thinking that. Everybody,
and you know Paul never say that, but this time I was like, oh, wow.
Ooh, yummy. You say yummy. Oh, sounds yummy.
Now we got to tone Crystal down, Poe, as you know. We got to tone her down. Look now,
Indeed.
Girl, tone it down. Tone it down.
I love me some Poe. I don't care what nobody say.
We have a woman, respect.
What?
Let's respect our other sister here.
I am, but I'm just saying I love him as a person, but his voice is uber sexy. So I'm about to go ahead and disconnect you, Poe.
Brenda, go get that girl. Brenda, go get her right now.
It's that accent. It'll get you every time.
See, it's not me. It's that beautiful accent that he has that we love from across the pond, baby. Much love across the pond. I'm not saying that in any disrespectful, not in a disrespectful way. I'm just saying that, you know, he's got a sexy ass voice. Damn, can I just say that, Shay?
Mm-hmm.
You can say it. Just like I said, oh, yeah, just I'm nice, and then I stopped. But then you just keep going, oh, yeah, oh, that was so sexy. Oh, yeah, that's
Just listen to the archive again, Crystal. Just listen to the archive again.
Do not judge me.
Don't judge me, bitches.
We're keeping her in check for you, Paul, and for Sister Girl. We gonna keep Crystal in check. Don't even worry.
No harm to no one. Trust me, no harm. Oh my God, you guys are crazy.
By all means, we in my family we don't shy away from talking because that's the only way to heal. You got to talk.
Right.
You got to hear other people's sides of the view.
Right. We have 90 seconds left. And, Poe, thank you so much for calling in and sharing your point of view and for blogging and keeping it real because you always keep it real to what you believe.
Exactly.
And that's what we love and respect about you.
42% of black women have never been married. That's double the number of never married white women.
I look forward to the day. I look forward to being married.
It's just not that easy. For starters, there are more black women than black men. 1.8 million more. So even if every black man in America married a black woman today, 1 out of 12 still wouldn't make it down the aisle.
I'm here to let you know that I love you, black man. I know sometimes I trip and I don't show you that, man. But just leave me, I'll be your Robin, you be Batman. Matter of fact, I really hope you love me back, man. Cause all your love, all your trust, I need that, man. And all of you is a must, I mean that, man. So if I call, please just call me back, man. You're my king, don't need a jack, man. I know sometimes we're hard on you, it seems we always find that you're the one to blame and you're about to lose your mind. Well, I apologize, I know that you tried. We don't realize cause we've been hurt too many times. So look, you're in my prayers, making dua for you when no one else cares. More snap in your voice than paradiddles and snares. So thump on, continue to remind your brothers not to chump on. Continue to remind your sisters not to hump on. Continue to be focused, you gon' bubble gump on. You strive for what's right, and when you write from darkness to light, you give us your all that we would take a little bite. So please don't quit because we need it while you breathe it and we receive it. We believe it, you tell us that you care and we know you really mean it. If I was freestyling, I'd say this from the dome. I care for your brother as if you were my own. The type to take home, the type that wouldn't roam, the type to come back, won't stay gone long. So I'm here to let you know that I love you, black man. I know sometimes I trip and I don't show you that, man. But just leave me, I'll be your Robin, you be Batman. Matter of fact, I really hope you love me back, man. Cause all your love, all your trust, I need that, man. And all of you is a must, I mean that, man. So if I call, please just call me back, man. You're my king, don't need a jack, man.
And I'm here to let you know that I love your black sister. Modest lioness and strong mother, black sister. Just ride with me, I'll be Malcolm, you'll be Betty. Ready to make the world a brighter place, and I will hold you steady. I know your heart's been broken time and time again, and real men are hard to find like honest mechanics. So when you call, I promise I will call back and do my best to try to lead you on the right path. Today it seems it's getting hard to find a good brother, someone who be your friend, who you could also call lover, who's true in his sincerity, you know that you could trust the leadership he brings because he knows he has to answer to the true authority. Won't treat you like minority, he listens to your counsel as your partner, his security. Never wavers, knows when to be decision maker and when to step back because he understands your nature. Full of emotion, might appear you have an attitude, but you were crying inside cause of the last dude was mentally abusive, totally not in tune with your mind, body, and spirit. Only the worst of losers can knock a woman up, then leave responsibility to them alone. But you a soldier, you step up to the plate of commitment and be the single parent. For that I'm proud of you and truly you deserve merit. And I'm here to let you know that I love your black sister. Modest lioness and strong mother, black sister. Just ride with me, I'll be Malcolm, you'll be Betty. Ready to make the world a brighter place, and I will hold you steady. I know your heart's been broken time and time again, and real men are hard to find like honest mechanics. So when you call, I promise I will call back and do my best to try to lead you on the right path.